Do you know what global warming is? Do you know what causes it? Or how it affects our planet? If you want to know what's up with global warming, you've clicked on the right video. Let's cover what global warming is. Global warming is also known as climate change. It is a long-term shift in temperature and weather patterns. Climate change is caused by many different reasons, including human activity, natural activity, and some animal doings. We will get more into this later in my video, though. Now let's talk about how it affects our planet. It is sort of like a self-sabotaging event because eventually, if nothing changes in today's world, then the future may not exist. Let me explain. Global warming is causing many species to go extinct because of either loss of habitat or loss of food. As you may know, all of the animals in our food chains and food webs rely completely on each other. For example, the rabbit eats the grass, the wolf eats the rabbit, and when the wolf dies, it's giving nutrition to the grass. If there isn't any grass for the rabbit to eat, then the rabbit dies. If the rabbits die, the wolves don't have any food. And if the wolves are gone, then there's no nutrition being given to the grass. And just like that, the whole entire food chain is ruined, and none of these things or animals or plants exist anymore. That is just a very simple food chain, and our planet is made up of many, many different food chains that make up a food web. If one species goes extinct, it may not be the end of our world, but the way global warming has affected our planet, it has put over 41,100 different species in the endangered category, which means that they're almost extinct. That's a lot of species. If all those species were to go extinct in the next week, it would be the end of our planet. This affects us because if there's no animals to eat, then we would rely on plants. But because it takes so long and so much time for a plant to grow, all of us humans would eat all the plants before they would grow back and we would have no food. That's not the only thing global warming is doing to our planet. It also causes the tides to rise, destroying thousands of large cities, which is not something that happens immediately, but is something that will happen if global warming keeps going at the rate it is. It's also not as important as the whole world ending, but it's still a concern. Now that we know what climate change and global warming is and how it affects us, let's talk about the causes. Cow farts. No, I'm serious. When a cow farts, it releases gases that can be harmful to our planet's atmosphere, aka the sky. That's not the only thing causing global warming, but it is a big part. The atmosphere has many different layers to it, but the outermost layer is called the ozone layer. It protects the planet from burning to dust from harmful sun rays. Things that pollute our air like factories, car exhaust, and burning fossil fuels, which are just some materials that takes the planet billions of years to make. All of these things are either a gas or they make gas. These gases are called greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases are breaking down our ozone layer, making it slowly dissolve. These greenhouse gases are the main cause of climate change. This is how the planet is heating up and melting polar ice caps. Some parts of the ozone layer in Antarctica and the North Pole have already completely dissolved. Luckily, though, we do have trees and plants that help purify our air. They can't do all that work, but they can definitely help. There is a downside, though. The humans are cutting down all the trees and rainforests. They do this so that they can build things out of wood, like beds and houses. They build many streets of condominiums or large office buildings, which takes up lots of space and takes away grass and rainforests. You may be panicking or worrying about this, thinking that there's no possible way that you could help and our world is doomed. But don't worry, let me tell you some ways that you can help. First, you could plant a tree or a plant of some sort. And although this is only one tree, if everyone did it, we would have about 7.8 billion new trees. You can also use your car less, maybe walk some places or ride your bike. If you can't do any of those things, then you could try the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce is using less things that you don't need. Reuse is using the same things over and over. And recycle is when you give it out to somebody else so that they can use it. You could also try to convince your parents to get an electric car, or if you live by yourself, maybe you could get one yourself. Although we are headed on a path that isn't very good right now, all hope is not lost. There are plenty of organizations that do great things for our planet to help it, so you could also join one of those groups. I'll put my favorite in the description box below. Long live planet Earth! That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, turn on notifications, and follow my channel for more videos.